What's up everyone, Maximus World. I'm here to react to a video, Would British Men Accept National Service? Let's go.
I would, but I'd like to be like on the online team. Yeah, I wouldn't fight them on the beaches, but maybe the forums.
I would probably try to avoid that if I could. I think I would crumble. My mental stability is not strong enough to be on the front lines.
Conscription is a long-established practice in this country. No, I've got a bad knee.
I feel like I wasn't put on this earth to go to war. I'm not built for it. I'd crumble after a couple of days.
I'd cower out somehow.
Why is that?
I don't think it's our job to do it.
That was interesting. I mean, to be honest, it was pretty much what I'd expect from the average bloke on the street. So at least these guys are being honest about what they're saying. I think what the people who've made this video, what they've done is they have just purposely gone out their way to find a bunch of young guys who don't want to do it, and then found some slightly older guy who thinks that it's a good idea. And I think they've done that more to create content that people are going to comment on, share on, make videos like this too. But staying away from that, I'll kind of react to focusing on diving on what they're actually saying. So obviously, there's been talk lately about conscription in the UK and other European countries, Western countries, because of what's going on out in Ukraine and with Russia and other things like that. So there is a lot of talk of it, mainly because our military is quite small. It's a lot smaller than it was previously, and the threat to the country and global stability really is probably the worst it's ever been. So since maybe the last World War. So a lot of people are talking about potentially World War III going on and wider conflicts with countries like Russia, with what's going on in the Middle East as well, with Syria and Israel and Iran. There's a lot going on behind the scenes as well. Warfare is a lot different to what it used to be. There's all sorts of misinformation campaigns and all sorts going on that we're not going to know about, but we're probably being affected by it. But obviously in Ukraine and Russia, there's a war going on in Ukraine at the moment. Ukraine have found themselves in a situation where they're having to conscript people purely because their armed forces can't keep up with what Russia have got. A lot smaller country. I don't agree with the idea of national service, because professional soldiers who want to be in the military aren't really going to want these sort of guys next to them. And as no disrespect to these guys, not everyone's a soldier. Not everyone wants to do that. However, we're also in a situation where generationally, we've never really been under any kind of major threat. Obviously, we've had threats of terrorism, we've had threats like that, but they're kind of more isolated rather than what could affect every single person in the country and internationally as well. I'm quite fortunate in the UK, as in we're quite sheltered, we're quite protected, we're quite safe. That's led us into a situation where we just cannot comprehend what it would be like to be at war with another country of a similar kind of size, or even a more powerful country such as Russia. We're living in a society where people are getting offended by what pronouns are being used. If that's the level where we're at, then I just don't think we can comprehend. There's people over there, they want to kill us, and they are going to go out of their way to try and kill us and our family and our friends and all this, and take over the country and change our way of life completely. And that's not to say that that is going to happen. I don't think there's going to be a World War III, but I hope there's not going to be. But if we were in that situation, I very much doubt we're going to have people out on the streets joking about it. I think people will probably take it a little bit more seriously. Although maybe the guys in this video, if they have got that attitude towards it all, they might be a bit better off staying at home baking banana bread rather than going out onto the front line, because they might be more suited to doing that. Whether they'd have a choice or not, I don't know. But we're also in a situation where British public generally, they've had enough of politicians and the corruption and the double standards and the nonsense coming from Westminster and from the elite and the ruling classes. People have just had enough of them. People, in my opinion, I think they don't want to go and fight wars for unknown reasons, or reasons that they don't believe in. But if a country, I think, was actually at our shores trying to invade, and I can't even comprehend what warfare would be like if that was to happen. I don't think it would be. It's going to be completely different to what's happened in the past. As we're seeing in Ukraine, warfare is changing, and I think Ukraine is a bit more of a kind of test ground at the moment. It's sad to say, but a lot of people are looking at Ukraine and studying what is actually happening there in terms of warfare. We are in a fortunate position in the UK at the moment where we can, make light jokes about this, as we can see in the video. there are other people in the world who are actually in direct combat, and I bet they wish that they could be in our shoes now. So I think that's something to consider. Personally, I just want all these world leaders. I just wish they could just get themselves in a room and just sort it out amongst themselves. Most people just want to live their lives in peace. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. All the best, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.